Good morning, students. Now, I would like to start the first chapter under the theme Nationalism in India. The chapter is the First World War, Khilafat and Non-Cooperation. This is part second and the last part, and today's topic is the Rowlatt Act 1919. Children, in the first part you have been taught situation during the First World War and the idea of Satyagraha. In the second part, the topic is Rowlatt Act 1919. There was growing enormous unrest among Indians against British. The protest increased all over the India. Therefore, British government passed the Rowlatt Act in 1919. This act gave the British government enormous power to repress political activities and allowed the imprisonment of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. And Rowlatt Act is also known as the Black Law because no arrested person was allowed to go for an appeal, vakil and dalil. So Mahatma Gandhi now decided to launch a nationwide satyagraha against such unjust law. Rallies were organized in various cities. Workers went on a strike in railway workshop and shops were closed down. It would start with a hadtal on 6 April 1919. On 13th April 1919 in Amritsar, a group of people was fired in enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh by the order of General Dyer. Hundreds of innocent people were killed. The agitated Indian minds that resulted in strike, clashes with the police and attacks on government building. Jallianwala Bagh was a very popular incident during the national movement in India. On the auspicious day of Baisakhi on 13th April 1919, people of Punjab gathered in Jallianwala Bagh near Golden Temple at Amritsar. They were celebrating Baisakhi and they were protesting peacefully against the order of arresting by the British government for two local Indian leaders, Dr. Satpal and Saifuddin Kishlu. And now, by the order of General Dyer, fired and 100 innocent men, women and children were killed. In entire country, situation of turmoil, seeing violence spread, Mahatma Gandhi immediately called off the movement and decided to launch a more broad-based movement in India to unite Hindus and Muslims. Gandhiji decided to start the non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as for Swaraj at the Calcutta session of Congress in September 1920. What was the Khilafat movement in India? Khalifa was the spiritual head of the Islamic world, but after the First World War, British government wanted to withdraw the post of Khalifa in Turkey. So, this British step enraged the Muslim world also in India, and India Khilafat movement started. Mahatma Gandhi saw this an opportunity to unite two mega community of India to launch more broad-based nationwide satyagraha. So it is Khilafat movement. Why non-cooperation? Non-cooperation means not to support with the government. Mahatma Gandhi declared in his famous book Hind Swaraj that British rule was established in India with cooperation of Indians. Clearly declared that British rule was established in India with cooperation of Indians. If Indian refused to cooperate, British rule in India would collapse within a year and Swaraj would come. Then how could non-cooperation become a movement? Then Mahatma Gandhi proposed the movement should unfold in a stage. Movement should unfold in a stage. It should begin with the surrender of titles that the government awarded and boycott the civil services, army, police, court and legislative councils, schools and foreign goods. But many within the Congress were however reluctant to boycott the council election. Finally, at the Congress session at Nagpur in December 1920, a compromise was worked out and non-cooperation program was adopted. So, students, there are some questions we will explore in the next chapters. Question is, how did the movement unfold? Who participated in it? How did different social groups conceive the idea of non-cooperation? And now I want to show you the figures. The chapter First World War, Khilafat and Non-Cooperation Movement completed. In the next class, I will teach you the next chapter. Thank you.